This is National 9 News with Kelly Connolly.
Summer heat. The Aussie cricketers unhappy after Harbhajan is let off the hook. Wayne's World. Carey's career in tatters after a run-in with US police.
It's as though Mr. Carey has a serious anger management problem.
Lucky day. A pensioner awarded millions after a mix-up with his winning Oz Lotto ticket. And midlife crisis, the research that finds life doesn't begin at 40.
The 40s are the low point, apparently all over the world.
Good afternoon. For the second time in 2 days, the freeway north of Sydney is in gridlock after 10 people were injured during a 6-car pile-up. The accident occurred around 2:15 in the northbound lane. Motorists returning home from work are advised to delay their journey or face huge delays. Thousands of motorists spent hours stranded yesterday when a fiery crash closed southbound lanes of the freeway for 10 hours at almost the same spot as today's accident. Now to the continuing controversy over the Harbhajan Singh racial abuse incident. Last night, the ICC overturned his 3-match ban, much to the delight of the Indian team. But Australia's cricketers are far from happy. Let's first take a look back at the incident captured by Nine's stunt cam. After the break, hostage drama. A bank robbery gone wrong ends in a life and death standoff. And then in sport, Victoria's David Hussey to join brother Mike in the Australian 2020 squad. In Venezuela, a bungled bank robbery that turned into a hostage crisis is finally over. The standoff began after the gunman inside the bank was spotted by a police officer using the cash machine outside. After 24 hours holed up inside the branch, the gunman eventually negotiated an escape, were given an ambulance and allowed to take 5 hostages with them. As the ambulance drove off, the other hostages were freed. The ambulance was eventually stopped less than 2 hours later, and the robbers, who were armed with guns and a grenade, surrendered peacefully. No one was seriously hurt. Still to come, Ross Greenwood with the day in finance, and then Janie Seal has all the weather details. Finance news now with Ross Greenwood. And Ross, Woolworths has given the market a boost after saying its profits would have been higher if it had fully passed on the cost of higher food.
Yeah, it's curious this. Woolworths says higher food prices are inevitable with the rising cost of oil and basic commodities. Now, Woolies' first half sales were ahead 8.6% to $24 billion, though this did disappoint the market. Now, Woolworths boss Michael Luscombe says the retailer absorbed about 25% of the food price increases, but says there's continuing pressure, especially in branded products.
Pasta's been, around 10 to 15%, rice about 10%, flour about 12%, oils about 10%. The list goes on and on and on. In the perishable area, particularly those areas that have got milk, cream about 11%, butter's about 20%, frozen poultry about 12%.
Now, Woolworths is still tipping profit growth this year between 19 and 23%. Juliet Sarley from ComSec joins us now. And Juliet, that result certainly surprised the markets.
It certainly did, Ross. The market actually closing lower by 1.5% after being up by as much as 2%.
The All Ords today closed down 89 points and Woolies well down, but Rio Tinto higher. The Australian dollar this afternoon buying 88.7 US cents. That's finance for the moment. It's back to Kelly.
Thanks, Ross. Now for the weather, and Janie, another day of severe storms across New South Wales.
That's right, Kelly. There's a fair few storms basically over the southern half of New South Wales, also eastern parts of South Australia, along the Queensland coast and the tropics. Storms also expected for northern and eastern parts of Victoria later tonight. Now, some of the heaviest falls have been south of Townsville, and some massive dumps of up to 58 millimetres at Millaroo near Charters Towers. Then we go down to the southeast of Queensland, where up to 40 millimetres has fallen south of Brisbane and also in the northeastern corner of New South Wales. Severe storm warnings out for the southern half of New South Wales, and some patchy light rain moving across Victoria. We can see with that thick black cloud. And storms and showers are moving into the western parts of Sydney. Not likely to hit the coastal suburbs, but certainly a hot and muggy day. Now, the trough through inland Western Australia will travel closer to the west coast tomorrow, and we expect a cold front to charge across that southeastern corner, dropping temperatures behind it. Storms again for Canberra, Darwin and Sydney tomorrow. And showers for Brisbane, also along the Queensland coast. Hot weather for Perth yet again, 33 tomorrow. And for Melbourne, possible showers tonight, continuing tomorrow and then clearing up in the afternoon. Friday, more storms for the tropics and inland New South Wales. A cooler change for Sydney. That will drop temperatures down to 23 degrees along with showers. And Kel will have the weekend weather tomorrow.
Great, thanks Janie. And that's the afternoon edition. I'm Kelly Connolly. Thanks for your company. See you same time tomorrow.